Ladies and gentlemen, a final message from great Tsarina Catherine the Great.
And so, it is with a heavy heart that I announce the death of my beloved husband. Any questions?
Yes, Catherine. May I call you Cat?
No. No, you may not.
I heard your lover, Alexander Vasilichikov, calls you that. Or was it Sergei Saltivakov?
Does anyone else have any questions? Maybe about our policies?
Yes, Catherine. Why did you send Voltaire packing?
His liberal ideas were affecting my courtroom. Thankfully, with my 1785 Charter of Nobility, my rightful place in society was fixed.
Stanislav Poniatowski?
Shut up!
Now, Catherine, is it true that no one is allowed to get drunk at your parties before 9 p.m.?
Yes, it is.
And when exactly did it become your personal mission to ruin all that we hold near and dear?
How about Gregory Orlov or Gregory Potemkin?
Shut up!
Is it true you tried to poison your son with shards of glass?
Don't be ridiculous. I have people who do that for me.
May we take a tour of your secret room filled with raunchy paint and sculptures?
Sorry about that. On a final note, live from St. Petersburg, Czarderday Night Live!
It's Saturday Night Live! Featuring guests like Tsarina Catherine the Great, Tsar Alexander the First, Tsar Nicholas the First, Tsar Alexander the Third, Tsar Nicholas the Second. Featuring musical guest Laird. And finally, your host, Tsar Alexander II.
Good evening, comrades. I have returned from the grave to host this Saturday Night Live and offer words of wisdom for all you budding diabolical dictators out there. The producers actually didn't want me for some reason. They were in negotiations with Napoleon, and I was like, really? That man has a whole psycho complex named after him. Their retort was that I am, and I quote, politically bipolar. I don't know. What does that even mean? Yes, I freed the serfs by the Emancipation Proclamation of 1861, and so broke the feudal system. And yes, by the Ukads of 1864, I established greater integrity and less bribery in the judicial system. And yes, then I got nervous and so refused to allow the Duma, or Zemsky Sabor, and so gaining a notorious conservative image, whatever that is. But that doesn't mean I'm bipolar!
But you lost the Crimean War. Stop lying to protect your prowess. And also you taunted your assassins. Which makes sense. I mean, you did survive shootings in 1866, 1879, and 1880.
Lenin! What are you doing here, you bloody Bolshevik?
Telling it like it is, bro. I guess the fourth time's the charm. I mean, it was the bomb planted by the people's will in 1881 that finally got you, am I right? Dude, I mean, it was okay to crack down on the black reparations propaganda and protests. But the people's will? I was asking for trouble. I don't mean to bring up past beefs and griefs. I'm here to thank you. That ideally democratic land you set up made it really easy for me to make my communist magic happen. Mwahaha! Oh, and that relaxation of censorship. And that amnesty granting for political prisoners. That really opened the doors up for my bromance with Trotsky.
You stealing my thunder!
The producers call me in at the last minute.
What?
They thought it would make your speech that much more interesting, as well as to give me a chance to again Thank you for making it so much easier for me to fulfill my Marxist dreams. Everyone, I want you to know that it was this man who established the railroads that were instrumental to the success of my November Revolution, as well as his relaxation of the restrictions on religion and minorities, and his opening of the universities to the lower class, all crucial in allowing me to attain followers and get my own propaganda out there.
Damn my liberal, naive tutor, Zhukovsky.
Yes, my fellow comrades, it was this man's liberalism that would eventually give way to my socialism. His creation of the Zemstos allowed the entrance of 2/3 of Russia's ginormous population into politics, and while they got a taste of political power by being allowed to control soft politics of education, healthcare, and food, it made them all the more hungry for more influence.
We interrupt this opening for a political debate between Alexander I and Alexander III.
Tonight on MSNBC, we have Tsar Alexander I and Tsar Alexander III. Hello, gentlemen. So we have some audience members on the phone waiting to ask you questions. So let's start.
Hi, I'm the editor of St. Petersburg Daily. I'm so sick of people telling me what I can and cannot publish. I have a bunch of writers who are very radical thinkers, but have great articles, and I'd like to put them in our newspaper. My question is whether either Alex will let me publish the articles without any trouble.
Well, I guess it's all right. I guess it's okay for you to publish whatever you want. I mean, it's really important for people to express their beliefs and all. I don't really know. I'll have to think about it, but I don't see why not. Yeah, sure. Go publish what you want.
You can't be serious.
What?
Like, just, I don't even know where to start. Like, these people don't deserve to say what they want. They killed my father. Those radicals killed my father. And this is a stupid country. I didn't even want to be in charge of it, but someone went and died, and now I'm stuck freaking ruling these drunk people. Like, I don't want anything to do with this. I just want to get out of here. Shut the hell up. You don't get free pass. If you want it, get out of my country.
Whoa, I see someone's a little temperamental.
Okay.
I'm fine. I'm fine.
Okay, moving on. Here's the next question.
This is for Alexander III. Is it true that you're an anti-Semitic?
Meaning what?
Do you really hate Jews?
Define hate.
Well, my friend is Jewish, and he was telling me about all the pogroms that had gone on. He said that his mother's home was destroyed, and that she and his brothers were forced to flee. So why do you hate the Jews?
I don't really hate the Jews, but like my religion, like Orthodox, like Russia in general is like the best. Like my religion is the best, so just I don't hate them. Their religion just doesn't matter.
Let's go to the next question, caller.
Hi, so I just wanted to ask whether Alexander III is going to retain all the wonderful reforms that were in place under the reign of his father.
Absolutely not.
But why? I was able to get a job after the creation of the railroad, and my serf friends are really happy with the mirror and land distribution.
I am not keeping up with these reforms. It's not like they did anything good for my father. All these reforms did was get him blown up. Oh no.
Okay, I think we are done for today. Thank you, Alexander I, and thank you, Alexander III. And thank you all for tuning in.
Freaking liberals.
Goodbye.
Russia are the funniest of the bunch, and I promise you didn't some guesstimate hunch. It's true, it's supported by cold hard evidence. As order reform was given, less negligent, so it's obvious why revolution came to prominence. Obvious like sitting on industrial tax, since the all would deny and punish you with the axe. Secrets are dark and mysterious, they break your backs. This is all well known, call it universal facts. Let's begin with Empress, Castle in the Great. Czars are respectable, our arena beside her gargantuan weight. Leaving herself a reformer, giving Russia a liberal update. She invited the biggest dogs such as Voltaire, but when Pugachev revolves and she got them out of her lair. I guess a liberal clothes is not what she will wear. Liberalism is not a way she could bear. Now, onto Alexander I, not able to control the willpower of Napoleon. Only something at the bottom of the ski run, fully coming to everyone from the east, but about control everything at the very least. Lucky for him, the winds of the Russians get very bleak, and the life force of France start to leak. His friends at Vienna was very, very meek. Pathetic and unrespectable, I was a geek. Mickey, numero, I thought I was equally unfun, kind of like the triple cup on the Star Wars line. Unless that's you're saying, I bet it was for this weird, strange dog king who started a war crime just for slang. No, she acquired a boss imagine was well over leader of an evil Mexican drug cartel. Then what? The Russians wanted the very most so they could have one water post to boast. This ain't no joke, so think those and you just don't belong. True, that's what ambulance. Fame war he croaked, and soon after the forces in Russia chose to believe in the chances of the Vulcan and the very straight. I guess those silly Russians will never get them at these ways, especially with the Southern Cross trade that's their national states. Alexander II trying to clear the slates. Unsuccessfully, by initiating peasantry reform, which was unusual for the Russian norm. Emancipation Proclamation 1861 and 1864, which for the peasants of the motherland opened the door. Although they liked things, they asked for more, and Alex, you could not handle the promise that he swore. And rebels ruled up in the spray of blood and gore. Son, Alex the Third did not believe in their reforms anymore. Crushing the will of the people out of need for retribution. The Tsar's sole purpose, the radicals are in need of execution. The will of the Tsar was utter absolution. Russia will never experience a proletarian revolution. But he died tragically, never tried this quite early. So Nicky II took over quite assuredly. He truly never came into his complete maturity, not being able to handle the Bolsheviks and their obscurity.
And now, Weekend Update with Tsar Nicholas I.
Good evening. This is Weekend Update, and here are tonight's top stories. I become Tsar. Much to my brothers Constantine and Alexander's chagrin, I have become your supreme ruler. Thanks to my child Alexander, I was named Tsar. I guess not wearing protection really does pay off. A Decembrist revolution spontaneously broke out after I took the throne. They were confused as to why Constantine wasn't named Tsar. They were rioting, claiming that the political injustices proved the weakness of the autocracy. The rioting soon stopped after I had them arrested and killed. I was then that I realized that Alexander's relaxed reforms just weren't cutting it, so I picked up the slack. I started my policy, Submit and Obey. This policy will double as a new rap album in stores now. This policy included several new acts, my first being the establishment of the secret police called the Third Section, in charge of suppressing liberals and ensuring my autocratic dominance. You know, I was going for a more interesting name, but unfortunately sections 1, 2, and Russian Thunder were already taken. Revolution! Uprisings broke out in Poland and Hungary in 1830 and 1849, respectively, after I offered so graciously for them to be a part of a great empire. After some persuasive suppression, they gave me some land, but didn't fully commit, saying our drunk, hairy, and technologically slow country was not worth being a part of. Ouch! Coming from nations who've been conquered all throughout history, that kind of hurts. Modernization movement. After the diss from Hungary and Poland, I decided to try and bring Russia up to speed with Europe. So I brought some industry to Russia, to try and have some other exports other than vodka and wheat. Reaching the end of my reign, I decided, like all leaders do, to go out with a bang. And so I presented Russia with one of their biggest failures, the Crimean War. Them darn nails be too much to resist. Being unable to actually win, as us Russians do best, I leave you all with my failed attempts of making Russia great. That's all for Weekend Update. I'm Tsar Nicholas I. Thank you so much, and good night.
Welcome to 7 o'clock News Hour. Today we have an interesting story about Tsar Nicholas II. Nicky was very concerned about the state of this country, so he abdicated.
What's this I hear about the adoration of Tsar Nicky II? The people absolutely hated him. He exposed his idiocy to the world during the Russo-Japanese War by losing really badly to Japan in 1905. The standing army was totally powed at the Battle of Mukden, and the Navy was dissed at the Battle of Tsushima. It was awful. Then, his police forces had the nerve to shoot peacefully protesting peasants who really loved him. Father Gapone had got them to sing God Save the Tsar outside of his palace to ask for bread. But the police just shot them. They even named the day Bloody Sunday. It was so bad. Then there were a bunch of riots, food riots, revolution, that sort of stuff. Luckily for Nicholas II, the police quelled it.
Emily.
I'm telling you, the people did not adore him. He promised them the October Manifesto with some fun rights, like universal male suffrage, uncensored newspapers, freedom of religion, assembly and association, and a Duma. But he totally lied. He didn't deliver. So then, in 1917, in February, the people revolted again. They only wanted peace, land, and bread, and Nicky wasn't giving it to them. There were food riots. He despised them, I'm telling you.
Emily, I'm not talking about the adoration of Nicholas II. I'm talking about his abdication. On March 17, 1917,